Well, good day, everybody. So we're actually 1 day off 1 month from the start on the 6th of September. So I just thought, just for those that have never seen the office before, I'll give you an office tour and give you an instant update on every entrant so far, tell you what they're up to. They have to be here on the 10th of August, which is Sunday, I think it is, or Monday. Anyway, if they're late, they get a penalty. If they're a day late, they get a half day time penalty against their finish time on the actual race course. So Isa's one of the ones that's running into a challenge. He is probably not going to arrive until about the 12th. He had to slip the boat. He finished his qualifier, but now he's got to sail for at least 5 more days of solo sailing to meet the total requirement of 2,000 miles solo plus another 4,000 mile qualifying voyage. So let's wait and see when he gets here. Damien Galoo is really silent because he's completely organised and completely prepared. He'll sail his boat in here probably on Saturday or Sunday. But no dramas there at all. He's got a really good team. He's completely determined. He's one of the hot prospects. Lewis, our little boy, our youngest adventurer, 21 when he's going to cross the start line. He's got the Biscay 36 catch rig. He's pretty organised. Since he bought the boat, he sailed at about 16,000 miles solo, so he's done the yards. But he hates paperwork and all the registration things and bits and pieces, but he's getting very excited now. So he's due in on Saturday. So Sunday. He's looking pretty good. Sorry? Sunday. Okay. I thought it was Saturday. That's cutting it to the wire. Anyway, Pat Lawless, very organised, although he had a few challenges, but he got a huge following from Ireland. He's sailing here now. I think he's probably due in tomorrow, I think. So on his Saga 36, right? He's another hot prospect. I've got the ones that I think are really racing. He's truly racing and he wants to do well. So he retired in 22, which I think a lot of you all know. Anyway, a life on the ocean as a professional fisherman and all sorts of things. Andrea is due in tomorrow in his Rustler 36, Italian entry. Very determined. He's been working on this for 4 or 5 years now. That's his dream to complete the GGR, and he's looking pretty good. He was one of the first to qualify actually with his 4,000 miles a year or so ago. Guido, still a little bit nervous is Guido. Our Italian entry, he entered in 22, but some personal family challenges stopped him from competing. He's shipped his boat in here. It's a Vancouver 34, red one. Hot boat, good sail. He's a professional photographer and he comes up with the best photos. So he's organised, but yeah, the emotional side of it is kicking in for Guido. Helga, well, she's completely relaxed, completely organised, and smiling and happy, and looking very well prepared. I mean, she had her dramas in the past few weeks, but now I think it's fair to say she's in a good position. And those that have seen her in person, she's a big girl. She's done the miles, so I think it's going to be something to watch. Great in social media, so on. Etienne turned up last night. He's nuts. He's my mate. He's a 580 sailor, cruising sailor, all that sort of stuff. Anyway, he's completely rebuilt the boat, Tradewind 35. It's purple with no stainless steel evident. He paints all his stainless steel black just to be different, but cool guy. Watch this space. He's set the boat up to drive hard in heavy weather, and personally I reckon that boat is faster than a Rustler 36 in the Southern Ocean, but we'll have to wait and see. He's a good sailor, so fun to watch. It's going to be very, very interesting when they get down south. Light airs, we'll have to wait and see. Parr, Parr is there. He had a paint issue, but we sorted that yesterday. He's on the slip now doing his last bit, so he's looking good. And he's in Ayrton's old boat, so it's entered the race twice before. This will be the 3rd time for that boat. And he's got a strong following in Sweden as well. Salim from Turkey, I haven't seen him around for a few days, but the boat's a little bit chaotic, but, he's getting there, and he rebuilt the boat as well, the Endurance 35. Ayrton, too organised. He walked his way straight into a well-prepared boat that was unused. He put the GGR logos on the mainsail yesterday. His sails are hot. They were done here by Tarot Sails in a direct copy of Jean-Luc Vandenheed's sails, and his mainsail is amazing. Henry Wooten arriving probably tomorrow. Is Army guy, Cape George 36. Watch this space. He is a hot prospect for sure. Colin Walker, he's way behind, sailing from the east coast of America. He has been hampered by light airs, so it took him a lot longer to get into the Panama to get through, and his trip across the Atlantic is so slow, it's just crazy. Anyway, he's probably not going to arrive until about the 16th or 17th after the prologue, and that creates its own challenges. He may not continue. He's still assessing that. Matt, he's out the back chesting his satellite communications gear, his emergency sat phones. He's here, 22,000 mile qualifier. He's happy, always laughing and smiling. Gunner, he just fitted another hydrovane on the back of his boat, so he's got 2 hydrovanes. Ayrton's got 2 hydrovanes as well. Guy DeBoer, he's due in sometime over the weekend, so he'll just get there. And Daniel Pinsky just manufactured his emergency rudder system for the boat. So he's got a good team of 3 or 4 people here getting him organised, so he's looking great. Now for our office, this is my messy desk. This is where it happens. So that's pretty straightforward. Jane hangs out there. Her desk is much messier than mine, but all the action will be going on there. Quick walk around for the office. You might find some of this stuff interesting. This winch is from Joshua, and in fact, if I get rid of that here, if you look on this picture of Joshua, you can see the actual winch there on the photo. So this is a Goyo winch going way back. It's now the Communicators Trophy for the GGR. It was won by Elliott Smith in the last edition of the GGR. So the winch is more or less on loan from the museum, who maintain and look after Joshua. That's in La Rochelle. But it makes a beautiful communications connection, and that was on the 60th anniversary of the launch of Joshua. This is a Sailor VHF radio from back in the era of the 60s, model of Suhaili. That's a frame bolt that actually came out of Suhaili, so it did the 1968 GGR. So there's the frame bolt. Sir Robin took them out. That's the coin for that one as well. When he did the refit on Suhaili, its 50th anniversary in 2018, and he gave us 50 to present to the finishers of the race. That's our Blackmore's First Lady trophy for the first woman finisher in each edition and so on. Model of Joshua. This is a piece of Joshua's hull plating. That's Joshua's plate. They were presented to us from the museum once again. It was hull plating that was taken out of the boat during the big refit just before the last edition of the GGR. This radio, we got this because it's an HF from the late 60s, very similar to what was on board Suhaili at the time. So Sailor HF radio. That's the antenna tuner unit, the old micro, the headphones and so on. YV3s, this is my prized possession. This is actually a stanchion from Joshua. It was presented to me officially. So that went around in 1968 with Bernard Matessia, which is really classic. Presented to me by Joel, who was the skipper of Joshua back in 2019. These little lights are interesting. These are required for GGR entrance. They're photocell. They turn on automatically at night time, and they supplement the navigation lights on the boat. They've got 3 sets of nav lights, on the masthead tricolour. They've got deck lights, and they've got emergency battery ones. But these are flashing red and yellow, which in shipping lanes and so on draw attention to the boat that's separate from the nav lights. So if you look down there, that's the temporary position down there. There's about 7 GGR boats down there. There's a couple up on the slip. The travel lift is over the other side. The Vendée Marina is empty because the Class Mini 650 guys are coming this weekend back from the Azores in their Atlantic. And right over the side there is the tent, that's the pavilion. So we'll be on the marina starting from about the 19th of August. You'll see the couple of tents over there. So that's our viewing spot. Walker's towing log, that was the technology I was using when I started sailing. Towing log, all the boats have got towing logs on here. They've got a cord and that spinner, and it just winds around. Very ancient sextant, cassette tape players. It used to be a requirement that all the entrants had to have a radio direction finder on board, but we've cancelled that now. But it was interesting because people have forgotten the technology. HF radios, this is the OGR and the 580, that's a model of Trekker, one of the inspirations for me when I was way back, and that's the perpetual trophy for the Mini Globe Race. This is, for some that don't know about it, this is the burgee of the Globe Yacht Club, okay? That's our globe insignia, the St. George Cross, sextant, which is they're all features of all our 3 round the world races. The gold here represents the Golden Globe Race, the blue represents the Ocean Globe Race, and the orange represents the Mini Globe Race. So that's the burgee of the Globe Yacht Club. If you're a circumnavigator, you're entitled to join. That's how that works. And then this one here is the racing pennant of the GGR. So it's basically the same thing, but it has a solid gold centre representing the Golden Globe Race. So you'll see that flying off the backstays of all the entrants. And the Ocean Globe has a blue square, and the Mini Globe has an orange square. So coming right along, we'll take you out here. This is what all the screaming was about. Oh, that's my favourite. This is my favourite treasure from Bernard, the master model maker. Mini Joshua and Suhaili, hand built. It's incredible. Even the box, that would have taken me a month to build the box with all the entrants from 22. That was really quite incredible. So a very special little thing there. What else we got here? Oh, this is Pat Lawless is a carpenter, cabinet maker, all that sort of stuff. He made us this for the last one. Just a heart for the GGR for Jane and I, so all the entrants have to touch that before they leave. This was our trophy for last year. Check this out. This is the British Yachting Awards for Event of the Year in England, and it's presented to the Golden Globe Race. We think this is fantastic because that's the sort of thing we do. But anyway, the GGR wasn't in England, but they thought it was pretty cool. Okay, coming right along. Let's see what the screaming was about. Back here. Oh, they're all the coins. Yeah, that's this is all the coins. This is the coin from 2018 Golden Globe. We celebrate each edition with a coin. So it was Suhaili for 2018, then it was Joshua for 2022. This is the Globe Yacht Club. No, this is the Ocean Globe Race, sorry. That's the Ocean Globe Race coin. This is the Mini Globe Race coin for the first one, 2025. And then this is the Globe Yacht Club coin. So it represents all 3 of the races. And the coin for this year, this edition of the GGR is going to be Donald Crowhurst. It's really good. It's a little bit different this time. And it's celebrating his story within the Golden Globe Race, which says a lot about the human pressures and the emotional pressures and the sponsor pressures which still exist today. And there's some parts of the 2018 edition and 22 edition that we've never spoken about. But I got to tell you, obviously they didn't have the same outcome as Donald Crowhurst, but they had the same level of pressure brought on by sponsors in the event, and gaining sponsors, and then, you know, way ahead of the start of the race, and then their life changes and so on. So anyway, we'll talk about that more during the actual event. And right here, ooh, jeepers, mate. This is my mate. This is Etienne. He's a 580, so he beat me in the Transat. So Etienne turned up last night. He's got the purple boat. So that's cool. Georgie, this is where they hang out.
Morning.
This is where it all happens. Here's Matt, fumbling with technology. You right, Grandpa? Hey? This is Matt.
Now, to be fair, I've done my tune. I'm doing calls to 2 radios.
Okay.
Just to get him ahead
Cool.
of the game.
All right, don't get them mixed up, eh? We're just testing all the phones to make sure they're all working. Rob will hang out in here. Rob, our digital manager. At the moment, we've pinched his space. So, we've got all these famous people up here. This is Damien Galoo from the 2022 edition. Pat Lawless, of course, he was there. Jean-Luc Manatee, the winner of the 2018 race. Kirsten, who won it last year, she gets a life-size model as well. And
Go Cape George!
Yeah, she's Cape George 36. Yeah, Matt's got Cape George 36, and unlike some who buy a boat specially for the race, he's owned his Cape George for 14 years now. So quite a classic, and they're getting a bit of a cult following now. So that's good. Some of the life rafts that haven't been picked up yet. Plastimo make a dedicated special custom GGR life raft. It's got extra inclusions in it, including combined GPS VHF radio that's in the raft, plus a PLB is in the raft. so that they've got comms. If they end up in a situation, worst case is all you get is the life raft and you jump in it, we've still got comms, we know where they are and so on. So that's about it. And then if we come out here, hello. This is our balcony out here. Christopher down there is one of our volunteers setting up the bits. So this is party routine. The party will be happening here, various things every Friday night. We have drink session with the entrance and so on. It's probably the best office in all of Les Sables-d'Olonne. It's fantastic. So yeah, that's our pavilion over there where we'll be hanging out with bits and pieces. And as I say, yeah, it's a beautiful day here in Les Sables-d'Olonne. So if you're coming in, we'll look forward to seeing you. These cats here are privileged catamarans. They've got factories a couple of places in Europe, but they're now doing all the privileged cats there. And over there, they launch, not now because it's holidays, but they launch a lagoon catamaran, virtually one every day. They're building one every day, and they commission them here and in La Rochelle and a couple of other spots as well. So very busy for lagoon cats here. That's it. So stay tuned, and we'll get this show on.